the ease and simplicity of my life, and I do not want it to get complicated and stressful. It seems like bigger desires will lead to more complexity and more stress. While I know in theory it doesn't have to be this way, it also seems logical that with more going on, there will be more stress until I smooth it out. So I sense that I keep my desires down to avoid discomfort, because I think that in order to get my desires, I will have to have more stress and complications in my life. Anything you have to say about that?
Well, when you get to the place of, when you get into perspective of asking the question and then into perspective of receiving the answer, all is equally beneficial. In other words, you're saying, I found the steady, I found the easy, but now I am having a fear, I'm having a FOMO, the fear of missing out on desires and those big desires that everyone else is having. And we say you can have that wonderful big desire to be launched from the place of curiosity and wonder, and not of complexity and about the problems and about the conversations that are bringing you so much of that which is discomfort. You do not have to have discomfort for the big desire to come through. And anyway, you do not experience the big desire until it stops feeling so big. So how about you experience the next desire versus big or small desire? How about you see what is the next thing within you, within the boundlessness of you, that brings you, that wants to come out and find expression through the impression that you use, not about impression that is coming back as a ping pong from your observation. So you say, I found the steady, and we say, go get curious. You say, I found the steady, and we say, open the door and you will never fear. You say, I found the steady, and we say, go ahead and open the door so you can be curious and wondrous, and never really more than slightly in a discomfort based off of that which you experience. For as you do not have to have that which is spiking experience in order to fill up that which is the fuller desire that you want to experience. And so just moment by moment, ease by ease, you will know exactly how far it is. But if you are so steady as you say you are, you opening the door will never feel like you're in trouble while looking for trouble in your curiosity and wonder.
Thank you. So the next question that is connected to this conversation is, Liz says, I have a question about getting the clarity of wanting and then releasing the wanting. I think sometimes I get tripped up here, and I'd like to take a closer look at what you mean by the quote-unquote clarity of wanting. I think it's usually that I just get a glimmer of the wanting. I will just get a sense of wanting without too many specific or details. It's more of a general feeling of quote-unquote, oh, there's something here that would be juicy. So hearing your words, clarity of wanting, and applying that to my experience, it seems like I need to get clearer or more specific about my desire before I release it. Yet it feels like trying to figure out the details and getting clarity on something will lead to discomfort. But it also feels like releasing it at that point wouldn't be sufficient for it to manifest, because my idea isn't detailed enough yet.
You're wanting for, in other words, you get from the place of question, tipping point towards the answer, tipping point towards the question. Well, when you are the one opening the door for that which is the tipping point towards the next question, at that moment, you're getting the clarity of wanting. You're getting the clarity that you want something. That's why you're giving your attention. In other words, you have this desire to want. That's why you go and give attention. That's why you're the one opening the door. And sometimes it happens automatically by you just simply observing variety. Well, once you know you have desire to want, then you go into observing and choosing, so you can see what is that is going to be there for you. In other words, you are at that moment curious and wondrous. If you are the one opening the door for that which is your desire for wanting to be activated. That is the tipping point when you start observing and choosing, and that's when you can be curious and wondrous in that which is observing and finding that which is then the question that's going to be brought up to you, and therefore based off of that question, the clarity of that wanting. And so your desire, the want, always precedes that which is the clarity of what kind of desire is born. In other words, what kind of wanting is born. And therefore, it's easy, or it's safe to say that you're going from the place of desire to want, observe, choose, curiosity, wonder, and then some clarity of the question that propels you into the place of the clarity of desire, of clarity of the wanting, of specific wanting. So that which you call general wanting happens on the way from answer to question in that tipping point. But your clarity of wanting is happening from your question towards the tipping point of the answer. And once you're ready to release that, to release your attention from the wanting, once you're ready to release your attention from the wanting, is the time where you can start being in discovery of its experience in your physicality. And so there is a difference between that which is your desire to want, which is the tipping point on this side, and releasing the clarity of desire, specific desire, which is on the other side. And you don't get to have all of that at all times. Sometimes when you're in the place of, I desire something, but I'm not sure what. Well, sometimes you're so easy about your curiosity and wonder that doesn't really spark the question, doesn't really spark any clarity. But you're at all times looking for more of that which is boundless experience of you to flow through. That is always, at all times, your desire.
Okay, so you have said that, quote to quote, as soon as you think about something, it has materialized. How exactly does it happen?
What you're talking about is when your desire is crystal clear, or you have the clarity of the wanting, it is somewhere over there. Whereas most of the things that you're desiring are somewhere already there. In other words, most of the things that you're desiring are there. Is that particular thing you want to have? Is that experience that you want to have? You might not know all of the details, and that is part of your discovery. So let's say that you want to have an experience. You have a clarity of wanting, I want to have a travel experience, but you do not know all of the details about that clarity. Well, there is infinite options for your travel experience already there, and you're discovering one of those that are already there. And if that particular experience that you wanted to discover, let's say that you've done the research of all, even though impossible, but all travel experiences that there are currently on your planet Earth happening, and that you want something more than that, well, at the time of you contemplating or receiving idea about it, it's created somewhere by someone and waiting for you to discover it. And so everything that you want, in other words, there is this, let's say also that you want certain amount of gold, and everyone wants certain amount of gold, and there is certain amount of gold. And at the moment when there is no more gold for everyone that is desiring to discover, there is more gold that is going to show up. In other words, it happens in the nature at all times, and it happens for sure with those desires that you mostly operate with. So more outrageous your desire get, more outrageous you can bring them to the place, then more specific that experience gets to be created, sometimes and curated only for you. But majority of your experiences of what you're desiring is based off what you observed and based off of what you've seen around you already.